Back in the day, video games pretty much had one price tag. You dropped $40 or $50 and then that was that. Then eventually, we started getting expansion packs and DLC drops. And now, we have entered a gaming world where the abundance of microtransactions has made it so pretty much every game has way more than just a $60 worth of buying option price tag. But what games are the most demanding on your wallet? What is up, everybody? Chaos here, and today we're going to take a look at 10 games where spending $1,000 is totally possible and some people actually do it. Be sure to let me know, what game have you spent the most money on in the comment section? Drop a like and let's go.
I spent $1,000? Oh well, I'll just tell them that my kid did that.
Kicking off our list at number 10 is World of Tanks, this multiplayer game that you've probably seen plenty of ads for on YouTube. World of Tanks first came out in 2010 on the PC, then it was ported to consoles starting in early 2014 and has since grown to over 75 million registered users as of December of 2013. Now, World of Tanks is a free-to-play game, but there are tons of premium features that you can spend money on, and this is where things get expensive. However, the gameplay is actually really well done for a free-to-play game, so if you're into vehicle combat games, give World of Tanks a try. Remember, it's free, so you have nothing to lose. Just be sure not to fall into the microtransaction trap that has gotten so many people with it, unless that's what you want to spend your money on. At the end of the day, it's your money, unless you're spending your parents' money. Then don't do that. At number 9, Mafia Wars. This game used to be a hosted game on social networks, but it was shut down in 2016 and then relaunched in 2017 on mobile devices before being shut down again by the developers Zynga. Now, Mafia Wars was a social networking game where you played as a gangster trying to work their way up the ranks by robbing both NPCs as well as other real-world players. The game was free to play, but it had tons of microtransactions for you to get an advantage with. It was notoriously addicting, and there were tons of records of people spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars and sometimes even thousands of dollars on it in order to keep their spot on the top of the digital crime world. So I want to know, did you ever play Mafia Wars before it shut down? At number 8, we have Summoner's War Sky Arena. A lot of mobile games on this list, and this one was released in 2014 with a very addicting gameplay loop that has resulted in it garnering over 90 million downloads worldwide with over 1.3 billion in earnings in the last 4 years. It's a multiplayer turn-based strategy game where you play as a summoner who summons various monsters to do battle with other players, and much like other games on the list, there are plenty of microtransactions that will help give you a little leg up on your competition, which plenty of people will drop money on in order to get that little advantage. Summoner's War has been extremely successful in South Korea, and like I said, it's earned over $1.3 billion, but only about 500 million of that was been in the US and Japan. The rest of that was in South Korea. At number 7, Overwatch. One of those games that people really love, but when you get into the exact details of what got you into it, well, I don't know. It's a little shady. When you buy Overwatch for $40, you get the multiplayer. That's it. If you want any of the cosmetic things like outfits or emotes, you have to get them out of RNG loot boxes, which can either be earned in-game very, very, very slowly, might I add, or you can just purchase them. Plus, Overwatch has some pretty amazing cosmetic items, and with such a massive following, it was only natural that people are going to be buying these loot boxes, and Overwatch is one of the most successful games ever. So, I think it's safe to say that a lot of people are spending more than they'd like to admit on loot boxes. Let me know, Circle of Trust, how much have you spent on Overwatch? This month's giveaway is for a brand new PlayStation 4 console. All you have to do to enter is like the video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, turn on those notifications, and tweet me why you want to win it with your Twitter handle included. At number 6, we have Clash of Clans. This extremely popular mobile strategy game had a huge influence on the mobile gaming industry as a whole thanks to its very addicting gameplay and its interesting concept that was pretty new to the mobile scene when it came out. Clash of Clans came out in 2012 and quickly became one of the top 5 best-selling apps available. In fact, it didn't take long for the game to get to the point with its ad revenue, selling price, and microtransactions that it was generating an estimated 1.5 million every single day, people. Clash of Clans was followed up a few years later with a new game called Clash Royale, which I'm still addicted to this day, but we'll get into that one a little bit later. Cracking into the top 5, we have Grand Theft Auto 5, one of the most financially successful games of all time, and for good reason. Not only is the single player great, but the multiplayer is a ton of fun, and it's been heavily supported by Rockstar for almost 6 years. But one thing that people haven't been super stoked about is the microtransactions. GTA 5 has some ridiculously expensive MTs for things like outfits and cars, and quite frankly, other GTA games would have given you as part of the standard game. Now, GTA 5 is an excellent game, and a lot of people are more forgiving of the microtransactions because of the quality of the game overall, but there is no denying that it deserves a spot on this list, and there are plenty of players that have spent over $1,000 on it. Now, we mentioned this earlier briefly. At number 4, Clash Royale. This was a follow-up to Clash of Clans and featured somewhat similar gameplay, but with many more elements to make it more addicting, make it better work with monetization. Clash Royale came out in March of 2016 for iOS and Android, and within its first 12 months on the market, it generated over $1 billion in revenue. Now, it's a very addictive game, and it's still going strong to this day. I still play it from time to time, and just like Clash of Clans, it had a pretty big influence on the way that developers and publishers monetize their mobile games, and Supercell knows what they're doing. They just launched a new game called Brawl Stars, and it seems to be just as addicting as Clash of Clans and Clash Royale. At number 3, we have Game of War Fire Age, and this one, it honestly kind of bugs me because this game has such a stupid marketing campaign and I have no idea how it actually worked. Game of War is a mobile game that had a massive ad campaign with Kate Upton just basically throwing her boobs at the camera in order to get you to play, even though she had nothing to do with the actual game. Now, Game of War is a mobile strategy game that is free to play, but pretty much demands money from you at every single turn in order to succeed at. Yet it ended up being one of the most successful mobile games of all time. One 15-year-old kid stole his mom's credit card and spent $41,000 on it. One library employee in Utah spent $89,000 on it using a stolen credit card from a city citizen. And one 45-year-old man even embezzled $1 million and spent it all on Game of War. But here's the thing. The game sucks. It's not really a good game at all, so I don't really understand what people saw in the game, and to throw your life away for it for some microtransactions, nah. At number 2, Black Ops 4. Now, this is one that a lot of people have been frustrated with recently, but I think it deserves a spot on the list today. Now, it's the most recent Call of Duty title, and you guys know how insanely successful COD has been over the years and how much money it continues to bring in on the release weekends. However, Activision has been, they have seen the insane potential for additional revenue in the form of microtransactions, and in BO4, things have got a little out of control. Not only is this a full-price AAA game at $60 with a $40 season pass, but it also has a daily marketplace where you can buy skins, emotes, and even gun reticles. That's right, the infamous red dot reticle for $1. And on top of all that, there's now a tier system like in Fortnite, so they can milk that trend as well. A lot of this would probably be forgiven if the game wasn't already $60 or more if you bought the season pass. But right now, things are a little out of hand. And once again, we go to the fact that there's still no league play in Black Ops 4.
This happy little elf game is so stupid. You tap and wait and tap and wait. Hey, what if I buy a bushel barrel full of elf berries? That should speed things up.
And at number 1, there is no, this isn't going to surprise anybody. It's pretty much unheard of for a free-to-play game like Fortnite to be as successful as it is, but here it sits. It recently came out that Epic Games made $3 billion in revenue in 2018, which is, that's absurd, people. Fortnite is totally free-to-play, but has plenty of ways for you to spend your money in the item shop. You can buy the skins, the emotes, the weapon skins, so on and so forth, and this is where Epic makes all their bread, thanks to how well they are all designed. Fortnite, I'm not going to lie, they have some awesome skins, and it's getting increasingly common to see people forking over tons and tons of money so they can own every one of them. And I'm sure all of you know at least one person or streamer who buys every skin just to have it. I used to, and Epic has been rolling in the dough ever since then, and I do not see it stopping anytime soon. And I mean, if you look at V-Bucks, V-Bucks are not cheap at all. So there you go, guys. And I want to know how much have you spent on Fortnite in the comment section. Those are 10 games where spending $1,000 is not only possible, it's probable for a lot of gamers. And that is the day and age we are in, my friends. It's a sad, sad truth, but it is the truth. You guys let me know where you fit in on this list. If you have an idea of how much money you've spent on games total across your life, I would like to see that number as well. If you guys enjoyed this, found it informative at all, drop a like, make sure you subscribe, turn on those notifications so you never miss an upload, and I'll see you soon.